Noah will not be with us tonight. Dr. Nichols, I have made you co-host. So if people's trying to get in, you just let them in. And I think we are live now.
Got it.
Okay. Got it. This is streaming live. Okay. We are live and it is 6:30, which is great. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for joining us tonight. This is the Pine Hills Community Council meeting, our monthly meeting. And I'm your president, Patricia Rump of the Pine Hills Community Council. We got several of our board members here with us tonight. We got Bettina Bush, we got Sandra Fatme Hall, Dr. Nichols, thank you for waving, Dr. Nichols, Dr. Idler, and we have Ms. Van on this call tonight. So if you're on here live, let's do me a favor. Go to your Facebook page, go to the council Facebook page, and let's stream this live. Share this with as many people as you can share this with, so we get as many people to watch this. Because I'm sure there'll be something said tonight that could benefit someone else besides the few of us those of us that's on this call. So I'm going to my Facebook page, to the council Facebook page, and stream this thing live. So I'm gonna call the meeting to order at 6:30, and we'll open up with a prayer and pledge. I don't see Pastor Joy here tonight. So can we get someone to open us up in the prayer and the pledge of allegiance, please? Anybody?
All right, nobody will, I will.
Thank you.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Oh, gracious Father, we give you thanks and praise for your love, your mercy, your kindness. We thank you for allowing us to have this meeting. Oh, Father, we cannot do anything without you. We ask you as we have our meeting today that you put us all on one accord and that you would give us wisdom on how to approach the different things that are concerning our communities, Father. And we just ask it all, and we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Van.
Mhm.
We'll get to the head of the agenda. Thank you very much. So
And the
we have
pledge.
welcomed everyone here. I'm going to ask if you're not speaking to please keep your line on mute. If you want to speak or have something to say, I'm asking that you would use the raise hand feature. So everyone will have an opportunity to be recognized. We just use your raise hand feature. I appreciate that. I'm going on here and sharing this live. So we have opened up the prayer. Let's go to the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Van, you leave us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the flag
of the
of the
United
United States
States of
of America
America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
visible with
civil and liberty
and
Justice.
justice for all.
for all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is our agenda here. So our next thing on our agenda is the minutes, approve of the minutes and the treasury report. And here's the minutes. It's very tiny, but the
Yeah.
minutes went out today. And I viewed the minutes. Anyone else had an opportunity to look at the minutes?
Yes, I did.
Are there any corrections, Ms. Van?
I didn't see any.
I didn't see any either. So can we get a motion to approve the minutes?
So move.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Van, for the motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
I second Sandra Fatme Hall.
Thank you, Ms. Fatme Hall, for approving the second minutes. Let me turn this down. Thank you. So the minutes, are there any questions in the discussion about the minutes? So the minutes are approved. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Let's go to our treasury report.
all righty.
I got it someplace, Ms. Van. There we
Yeah.
go. Our treasury report. Can you
Yeah.
see that?
No, not really, but it's okay, good. Good afternoon, everyone. The monthly treasury report for April of 2020. We had a dues coming in this month of $634.02. We also had a donation of $1,000 from the Orlando Regional Realtors. So our total income for the month of April was $1,634.02. Our expense for the month was $580.03 was our insurance that we had to pay, our liability insurance that we pay annually. And then we also had $40, which you see up on the others, and that was for the rental use of the library on Hiawassee. And so our total expense for the month was $620.03. As of April the 1st, we had $7,492.52 in our check in our operating fund. Our April income was $1,634.02. Our April expense was $620.03. Our balance as of 4/29 was $8,506.51. In our savings accounts, we got 1 cent, and that is at Chase Bank. So our balance in our savings account was $1,625.41. Also, we have a savings I have Sun Trust, but it's now Truett. We had in the account, and this is a month behind. As of March 1st, we had $7,784.08. We got 7 cents in interest. And so that gave us a balance as of 3/31 of $7,784.15. When you add all our total income and output, our balance that we have on hand is $17,916.07. Are there any questions? If not, I pass back to you, Madam Chairman.
Okay, so thank you very much for that report, Ms. Van. The next thing on our agenda is,
You have to get it approved.
okay. Can I get a motion to approve the treasury report? Thank you, Ms. Van.
I make a motion.
Thank you, Bettina, for the
Bettina.
motion. Second,
All right, Dr. Nichols, I second.
okay, thank you very much for that. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
questions? Are there any questions?
Any questions? No
All in-
question.
All in favor?
Thank you, Ms. Van. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? You have to ask the question.
Any opposes? Nay.
Uh,
Thank you, thank you. You gave the treasury report, and I want to say at this time that you mentioned about the Chase Bank, and I want to welcome our Chase Bank as our recent newest silver membership partner. So thank you, Chase Bank. Chase Bank that's located right here in the Pine Hills area. They have come on to be one of our silver membership. So I'm asked that you would, I'm encouraging you all to support the businesses that support the council. And that's what I'm asking you to do. I see we have Miss Candy Cole on the line, and she is with the Orlando Regional Realtor Foundation. They are also a partner with us. Thank you, Miss Candy Cole. She spoke last week. She's also a partner with us. So I'm asking you to, there's several realtors, but I'm asking you to, if you can, support the realtors that support the Orlando Regional Realtor Foundation, because it's their dues that's going in to help them support the council. So thank you very much, realtors, and thank you, Chase Bank, for being our premier sponsors or partners for the council. So we move to the part of the agenda with the president report. I do not have a president report at this time. We talked earlier, and I can't talk about that again, but we talked about that earlier on our network call, that we are putting out a call for the community and the council members to please come to the Board of County Commissioner meeting on May the 10th at 2:00. We have an item before us. It's the Expire Health Partners item that is before us that wants to open up a mental health transitional hospital for the homeless. We presented our case to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and the Planning and Zoning Commission agreed with us to not to deny the rezoning of that facility to open up a mental health hospital for the homeless that will be coming out of state hospital. And our decision to have that denied is not because of mental health. Like I said at the Planning and Zoning Commission, I'm an advocate for mental health. I live with a family member that has been experiencing mental health issues for years. So I understand the value and the importance of having this, addressing our mental health issue. But the mental health issue is not a Pine Hills issue. It's a county-wide issue. And our concern is that we're having too many behavior institutions being locked in and our zip code within a 5-mile radius. So that was our concern, not against mental health, but against putting everything in 32808 and 32818. And by doing that, that is a deterrent for other businesses' opportunity to set up in our zip code. So that was our decision. That was our presentation to the Planning and Zoning Commission. And they agreed with us that Pine Hills has more than its share. And let's disperse some of these things in other communities. So I get off that soapbox, but we need to go back again on May the 10th at 2:00 to the Board of County Commissioners to convince them to agree with us and what the Planning and Zoning has agreed with us, and get the Board of County Commission to agree with us and says, no more of those facilities. I have your email address, just like you received the Zoom link to attend this meeting. I will also send you a reminder to go to that Board of County Commission meeting. Any comments or observation before we move on to our next item on the agenda? Okay,
Can I have a quick suggestion?
yes, ma'am.
Is it possible, because I'm here in the Pine Hills community, I own 2 properties in Pine Hills, I live in Pine Hills. Is it possible for us as residents to have flyers to put on our street so that we can let the other residents know that they need to attend this meeting? Because I will definitely take responsibility for at least the first 10 streets that I live by.
I can get you a flyer.
Please.
Yes. Okay, a very good suggestions. Thank you, Carolyn. Okay. Anybody else wants to comment before we move on? Okay. So we'll move on to the next item of the agenda. That's it for my president report. Thank you very much. We have partners on the line with us tonight. We got Orange County Sheriff Department, and we have I think we have Pine Hills NID, and since Ms. Candy Cole is on the line, we'll see if she having updates. The Sheriff Departments, please.
Are you asking for the sheriff's office first?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. My name is Lieutenant Chris Dillon on behalf of Captain Dennis Ela. We have nothing new as for any reports or crime reports or anything like that. He wanted me to specifically reach out to you guys and see if you guys had anything for the sheriff's office to pay attention to, or outside our norm. If you guys had anything that you would like us to focus on that we can help out with within the community, like I said, outside of what we already do. And I think the special projects deputy, Jacob Snavely, he might be on here as well. He's one who tends to the issues that we have within the community, Pine Hills community. We send him out there to reach out to the liaisons and you, Miss Rump, and others that we can actually dive right into and find out what the problem is. And he relays that information back to both myself and the captain as well. So,
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I have something.
yes, ma'am.
Because I live in Pine Hills, so I definitely have something for you. I own a house at 3701 Powers Ridge Court. Called the sheriff department, I think it was Friday night, because my car was stolen from my garage. But what I found out was that a contractor that I hired that was living in the house stole the car. But anyway, to make a long story short, the reason I'm asking you this question is because when the deputy arrived at my address, I was having conversation with them, and they brought notice to my attention a house across the street from me with known drug activity. There's cameras all outside of this house, and I was told that there was a shootout there not too long ago, and my address was one of the houses that were involved. I was never notified. Your deputy showed me a bullet hole at the top of my home.
So you're saying you weren't notified about the shootout in there? Okay.
I don't live at that property. I own it, but I didn't find that out until just this past week. And he told me, he said, your house was involved in that shooting too. I said, no, sir. He said, oh, yes, it was. He said, look up at the top of your roof. There's a bullet hole there.
So was the deputy saying that he was the tenants of your house was involved?
No. What he was explaining to me is that there is some known gang activity going on, and there was some rival shooting, and that they came in our subdivision and sprayed the subdivision. This is what the deputies told me, that some months ago or something happened and that house had been under surveillance. And he told me, he said, take a look at it. He said, now you be careful, because anybody that puts that many cameras around their home, something's wrong.
Right.
And
Let me jump in.
we're watching.
Let me jump in right quick here because
Be over there. So, I mean, I'm a concerned homeowner, not just as a business owner in this community. I'm concerned as a homeowner too, who's living in my subdivision.
let me jump in right quick, Deputy Chris, because you're in Sector 3.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Carol lived, this property that she's talking about, I think is in Sector 1. So the other deputy on the line may know more about what's going. The other deputy from Sector 1 may know more about that area, what transpired.
Sector 1, can you chime in?
Yeah, sorry about that. This is Deputy Jacob Snavely. I just had someone walk up to my car with a lot of questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I was listening kind of to what was going on. There was a shootout. There was a bullet hole in the side of your home, and your concern was with the neighboring house that has way too many cameras on the exterior.
Well,
So
I
do you
wasn't
believe
concerned.
that's a drug dealer house?
The deputy said I should be concerned. I wasn't concerned.
I mean, I would be concerned. Yeah.
He brought it to my attention that
Can you repeat that address for me so I can pull it up?
my address is 3701. I'm the very first house when you pull in the subdivision. The house that I'm talking about is directly across the street to my left on the corner.
Jacob,
What's
it's
the street?
3701 Powers Ridge Court.
Yes.
Powers Ridge.
Mm-hmm. And I think one of her concerns is because her house was involved somewhat in this incident. I guess she felt that she should have been notified as the homeowner.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, that we don't research all the homeowners of what happens. We let the tenants of the house know what's going on, but we don't go to every house and say, hey, who owns this house? We just say, we make the tenants aware. Now, if they give up the information and say, hey, we don't own this house, then at that time we'll say, hey, who does own the house? And do you have a number to reach out to them? But we don't make a habit of saying, hey, we want to know the owner's name.
Well, I understand that, but none of my tenants were notified either. Nobody was notified. I never knew anything about the shooting. Your deputy told me about it. I knew nothing about it. So that's all I'm saying is,
Okay.
as a homeowner, it is concerning when I've got a bullet hole in the top of my garage. So that if I didn't have the bullet hole, I would have been okay with not being notified. But
Well, I will tell you this. I wasn't there when they did the investigative report, but what I will tell you is the deputies' normal protocols, they do a neighborhood canvass and look for cameras, anything that might have caught the crime in progress.
right.
They saw the bullet hole at the time at your house. I can almost guarantee that they tried to knock on the door and let somebody know, because I've been doing this 25 years and I've been working the Pine Hills area, and I know how it usually works out. We know if we see a bullet hole, because the deputies have to do a canvass of the whole neighborhood where it happened at, then we would knock on the door and say, hey, let you know, hey, can we see if that bullet went through or where it went at? Because our goal is to get the actual bullet.
Right.
So I'm not saying that they did knock on it because I wasn't there, but I can look at the report a little
But
bit.
that
And
is
see what
protocol to notify. So that was my concern. I was just saying, if when something like that does happen, are we notified? That was my only question.
Yeah, I
Thank
can't
you.
say that we reach out and notify the owners. We notify the tenants and the occupants of the house.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Deputy Chris, did you still need to report, or did the other deputy needs to report about what's going on? Are there anything that we need to hear about what's going on in Pine Hills?
Right. For the Sector 3 side, we don't have any crime trends that jump out at us. Not that my captain gave us to report to you guys. Obviously, this is a great community meeting that if we need something, we can throw it out there, and we have a lot of minds on the screen here that can help us out if we ever have anything. But at this time, we don't have anything outside the norm to report to you guys. I don't know if, hey, Jacob, do you have anything from the Sector 1 side, buddy?
Yeah, Captain Carter gave me the latest 3-week comparison to look at trends. This 3-week period compared to the last 3-week period, total crime for Part 1 crimes is down 8%. The notable statistics, auto burglaries are down 21% for this 3-week period compared to last. And the commercial burglaries are down 25%.
Okay, that's good news. Dr. Nichols has her hand up.
Thank you, Patricia, for recognizing my hand. I just want to, for everyone that might not know what Sector 3 is, or sector, whatever it may be, Sector 1, can we elaborate, give a little bit more details about Sector 1 and Sector 3? What areas are those servicing? And then we've seen a lot more panhandlers in the area. I mean, what's happening with that? And they're kind of, I guess, just ascending upon certain intersections, such as Silver Star and Hiawassee and Colonial Drive, Good Homes Road. I mean, we get a little bit further out, even at Pine Hills and Silver Star. So what's going on with that? And is that causing more of a concern? I know it's causing an issue with traffic because they're in the middle of the road.
Lieutenant, I can handle.
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead,
handle
Jacob.
this one.
Yeah,
Well, first off,
sectors.
the sectors 1 and 3 are basically Pine Hills. Pine Hills is divided into sectors 1 and 3, and the dividing line is east and west across
Silver
Silver Star.
Star. Yes.
Mhm.
In regards to the transient issues, these are becoming major problems in our community. They're always complicated situations, and like a majority of my job now is dealing with transient camps. I was just coming from a new camp that popped up in a backyard of an abandoned home, and so this is a kind of an area where we all need to be extremely vigilant. Any of you that have a home and you have a neighboring house that is empty or abandoned, as soon as that house starts to look in disrepair, people are going to notice it, and you're going to end up with squatters in that house or something like that. We just have a huge influx of transients all throughout Orange County. Anywhere you go in the county, you will see the people on the street corner. There's a lot of new transients that do not understand some of the unspoken rules of being homeless. I was just dealing with one at, I believe it was the Silver Star and Hiawassee, where the bank is on the northwest corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy had just put a tent up in the parking lot of the bank. And I went over there and I said, hey, the bank doesn't want you putting a tent up here. And he was just brand new to being homeless, and he had a bank account at that bank. And so he thought that was where he was going to live. So we're dealing with a lot of unusual issues in regards to the transient situation. So yeah, we're always trying to come up with creative solutions and just trying to control what's going on there to make sure that we don't start having the petty theft issues in the area, stuff disappearing out of sheds. It's just an ongoing issue. We don't have all of the solutions, so it's just one day at a time. A new problem pops up and we try to address it as well as we can.
Dr. Nichols,
Thank you.
did they answer your question?
Yes, thank you. We appreciate that. And that helps because it does become a problem when they're in the middle of the street and cars are trying to move, and they're going to get hit or cause an accident, one of the two.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
thank you. Ms. Landry, I recognize your hand, and then Ms. Van.
Thank you, Patricia. I just left my parents' house, who live at 7201 Pleasant Drive, which backs up against Dorshire Road and Balboa. And the trucks are still parking down Dorshire. There was a huge tractor trailer that was parked across on the other side of their fence. It's almost like they know not to park on my mother's side of the fence, because she had one parked there that knocked a huge limb out of a tree that destroyed her fence, and they ended up having to pay for it through their insurance company. Thank goodness they did not run away. So they don't generally park on her side of the road, but the tractor trailers are still parking on Dorshire.
I can pass that on. We have a special projects deputy who really specializes in that area. And so I can pass that on and ask him to start looking into the Dorset area. And we also have volunteer parking enforcement officers that I can pass that on to.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you so much.
Thank you so much. Ms. Van, I recognize your hand. Ms. Landry, was that it? Were
That
you
was
done?
all. That was
Okay,
all.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she basically, and it was the same question I'm having too about the trucks. If you go down Balboa toward Pine Hill Road, I mean, is they just blatant? You got 2 semi trucks. What's the policy and who is our contact person when we see all these trucks parked in the community? That would be
I would encourage that anytime you see one of these semis and you know that it's improperly parked, it's in a residential area or parked on a median, any of those type situations or parked under an overpass, I would call the non-emergency number. All of the deputies are aware of the new parking ordinances, which have much stiffer penalties for semis that are improperly parking. And so we have the ability to address that.
okay. All right. I mean, because on the weekend, Pine Hills become a parking lot for all these trucks. You can tell they're going through the week, but the weekend, I mean, they're everywhere. So it's not getting
Which
better.
road is that? You said on Pine Hills Road?
It was on Balboa.
Oh, Balboa.
Balboa, I think it's Alejandra. They got 2 semi trucks in the yard. It's like, what is this? But then again, as the weekend comes, you can go through. You don't have to look hard. I mean, they blatant and they know that they're not
Right.
trying to hide. They just park. And again, maybe some might not know the rules, and then the others are just, hey, nobody's saying nothing to me. I'm going to park. So we just need someone who's going to be diligent about doing it, and it happen more on the weekend than the weekdays.
Mhm, yes.
Right.
they-
I would certainly encourage anybody that sees one of those violations to call it into the non-emergency number, and we will get someone out there to deal with it.
Thank
All
you.
right. So it's no one. My question then is no one that is assigned to parking for trucks and so forth. It's like there's no. So it's any deputy that can.
Yes, any deputy will be carrying the parking tickets necessary in order to enforce those laws. We do
Okay.
have parking enforcement officers. I don't know what kind of schedule they run, but if you call the non-emergency number, a deputy will come out capable of dealing with that situation.
My thing is, I think about Madam President. She says she knows the name of her deputy that patrol her area that deals with trucks. I would like to know if I had a deputy number, email address, something that I can fax them. I hear you saying call non-emergency, but I like a direct line. If I can just say, hey, text it. I can text them. I don't have to call them. I can email them. They say, hey, this is the address. I noticed something. Can I go directly to him? So I know because they get into the general basket. It's like going directly to someone that is actually assigned for parking. So that's what I was asking. Is it one for sector 3?
Right. We don't give the direct numbers to the deputies, but if you call the non-emergency number, they'll put it up on the screen and it will be addressed.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And Deputy Chris Dillon, can you please provide for the audience that non-emergency number in the chat box and also verbally?
Yes, it's 407-836 help is the last one. Let me make sure I get the numbers right here.
4357.
Thank you. Good looking out, Jacob. 4357. So again, it's 407-836-4357.
Great, thank you. And I'll put that in the chat box for the listening audience and the non-listening.
Thank you. I see Sandra Fatmy hand up. Is Bernie, okay. Sandra Fatmy and then Ms. Bernie.
Okay, thank you so much. If I may just add to what Ms. Van was saying, we also have the same problem in the Roses parking lot where we'll see two, it started off with 2, now sometimes we have 8. Is it the same process that we have to do? And is there a difference if it's on private property?
In regards to the laws surrounding, like the county ordinances surrounding parking?
Yes.
Well, I mean, there are different rules that apply to parking on the county right of way as opposed to on private property. But in both cases, the current county ordinances do not allow for commercial vehicles like that to be parked in a residential space. So in either case, if you're concerned, or even if you don't know if what they're doing is legal or not, you can always call the non-emergency number. They will send a deputy out and they will be able to discern what needs to be done there, whether they need to have a conversation or whether they need to write them a ticket. And again, the ticket has become much more steep. In the past, it was almost worth it for the semi-truck drivers to just pay the occasional fine and park in violation of the county ordinance. And so the commission changed the rules on it so that the fine is much more steep. And so people are more likely to attend to their vehicles properly. That's been the latest update.
Thank you so much, Deputy Snavely.
Ms. Bernie? You're on mute. You can unmute your, hold on. Unmute your phone, please. I mean, your computer. There we, Bernie, what happened? She went
Okay.
away. There we go, there we go. Thank you.
Am I back?
Yes.
Okay, hi, thank you. I'm elaborating on the same thing, and I've called that 311 number, me and other owners here in Oak Shadows condominiums, about the trucks parking across from our complex. It's a big wooded area there. And 2 or 3 semis will park over there daily and stay there for like 3 or 4 days. And we've called and called, and they still keep parking.
Right.
That's on Powers Drive, what,
Yes.
6800 block Powers Drive?
Yes.
Yes, 2800 North Powers
Excuse me.
Drive.
2800 North Powers Drive, and you're right, they have become a spot so that they have parked their so to now the ground is begin to cave in. Have you noticed that,
Yes.
Ms. Bernie?
Yes.
That ground
yes.
has begun to cave in where they constantly parking there. And as clear as day, there's a no parking sign, a parking in front of no parking sign. And I hear everyone concerned, and I heard what Ms. Fatmy said about the Rose Shopping Center, because you're right, there's 18-wheelers there. Not only are they there, but that is a driving hazard. When I try to go through that Rose Parking Shopping Center, and I can't see around because those
Right.
trucks are lined up. That is truly a driving safety hazard. I look at it. So I sent it to the county commissioners, and then the county commissioner told me to send it to code enforcement. And we did take pictures of it and sent the code enforcement. So that was a couple of weeks ago. And Ms. Fatman, you're back. You're right. They are back again. So, I mean, they're there, but it's more than just on private property now. Going through that parking lot, driving through that parking lot is a safety violation, a safety concern for me now.
It really is.
It is.
Thank you,
So
Mayor.
that's what we are, as far as the safety concern. And to Ms. Van point, everyone else point, they really on there on weekends. So during the weekday, I guess code enforcement's out, everybody out, but on weekends is when they really load up their parking lot. So that's a concern. So y'all heard our gripe. So please take into that Rose Shopping Center on the corner of Silver Star and Hawassi, and that Powers, all of them that we said. I'm sorry. Okay, we need to move on.
I've gotten them written down, and I'm going
Thank
to
you.
submit them back to the Captain Carter to address all of the Sector 1 issues. So, yeah, we will get right on it.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you, Deputy, for your time. Thank you. We need to move on to our other partners. Is Pine Hills NID here? Is Sean on the call? Sean's not here. I want to give Ms. Candy Cole an opportunity. She want to say anything about she being one of our partners. Ms. Candy, do you have anything that you want to say to us tonight?
Would you like me to share the project that we were discussing earlier? Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, good. I'm really excited to be able to share this with everybody. Because it's going to take a little bit of help to pull it off. So I received a donation, and this is going to sound kind of crazy, of 800 fans, like electric fans. Most of them are like the box style fans, but they have 2 fan motors in each one. They're really, really nice fans. And the others are like desktop oscillating fans. And someone gave us all of these with the condition that we would distribute them to people who would appreciate them. And I'm like, hey, y'all, it's Florida. It gets hot in the summertime. So I know what we could do with these.
Can y'all
So,
see these fans?
No,
Okay,
We
let's
see-
try this again. Hold on.
yeah,
Keep
those
talking.
pictures are not the best. I'm working on getting better pictures.
Okay. I don't want to screw up here, but go ahead on. Full
Well,
screen.
So basically, we're going to do 2 fan giveaways. The first one is going to be in Pine Hills, and we're going to distribute them from the Boys and Girls Club on May 19th between 4
Yes.
and 7 p.m. And then we're going to take the rest of them and give those away in Paramore a couple of weeks later. We don't want any money. They're all brand new in the box. They're all really, really nice fans. And we figured that somebody could use them. So, Miss Patricia had been looking for some community partners and a good way for us to get these out as soon as possible, because it's storing 17 pallets of fans is a lot. So, and they don't do anybody any good there. So, it's actually
What
kind
was
of
it?
Patricia, I definitely need some fans in this new facility.
And
So like Ms. Candy said, raise your hand if you got a comment, but like Ms. Candy said, we're targeting for May 19th
Okay.
at the Boys and Girls Club on our Hernandez. I think that's Hernandez. We
Right.
will get a flyer out with the information so we can circulate the flyer so we can get rid of as many of these fans as possible. The Boys and Girls Club was generous enough to let us use their location as a drop-off. We want to do a drive-through.
yeah,
Drive through, pick up the fan and keep going. So that's May 19th between 4:30 and 7 o'clock. I will have some flyers out as soon as possible.
and
So-
we're assuming that people are going to come on good faith and take what they need. There is nobody needs to show any paperwork, show any IDs. I just don't want to, I mean, I'd rather not give somebody 10 fans and then see them all on eBay the next day, but
I know that's right.
right. But at the end of the day, I want the fans to get put to good use. And in case you're wondering, one of the things that I'd like to share, they did not ask me to share it, but the group that donated these fans is Give Kids the World down in Kissimmee.
Wow.
They get all kinds of strange things donated to them, and what they can't use, they sell to a liquidator. And when they got these, they said selling these to a liquidator for pennies on the dollar just didn't seem right. And because I've been a volunteer there for a long time, and I know so many people that work there, they thought of, you know what, I bet the Realtors Foundation could get these in the hands of people that would need them. So they called me and said, do you want them? And I was like, yes, I will absolutely take those. So they didn't want any credit. They didn't want any glory. I'm just sharing that because they're a fantastic organization, but reaching homeowners who are in struggles is not their mission. It's not what they do. So they reached out to us. So we're really looking forward to it. And if you want to come help out, feel free. We'll have plenty
Thank
of
you,
volunteers
yes.
and realtors coming as well. But anybody from the community, I would love to see you guys.
Thank you, Ms. Sandra Fatney Hall.
Yes, good evening. Thank you very much, Ms. Candy Cole and Madam President. If I may make a suggestion as someone that definitely donates to this community, I think if we don't put a cap on it, then it will be taken advantage of, right? And the multitudes would not be blessed as they should be, because there's lots of residents here that could use it. So I can only suggest that you put a cap on it and pay attention to who, if they're coming around 2 or 3 times. Just a suggestion. Yes.
Yeah.
Because
That is
they
based on-
will do that.
Yes.
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to sound stingy,
Well,
if that makes sense. So I appreciate you bringing that up because I was definitely thinking about that, and I was gonna talk to some Miss Patricia and some other folks a little bit later about doing that so that it's most equitable and so that we can get these out to the masses the most effective.
Oh, absolutely awesome. If anyone would say it, I definitely would. So that's
I
fine.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely.
And then again, thank you, Candy, for the partnership with the council. Are there any more comments around this giveaway, fan giveaway? Okay, and like Candy said, well, we could use as many volunteers as possible. I even thought about see if the fire department would come in and want to partner with us and help in the line and passing out the fans. So I'll reach out to them and see what they say, but we need volunteers on that
Love
day.
it. And I can get realtors to volunteer most of the time. So I know, and got some amazing volunteers that are part of the council as well that are pretty involved in this group. So, and we do events with the Boys and Girls Club every year already.
Oh,
Anyway, so
perfect.
this is a perfect way to kind of tie things together. And so, yeah, I welcome the help, but we'll definitely have some realtors out there helping as well. So,
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for saying, okay. Anybody else? If we'll move on to the next item of the agenda while we're here. We don't have a speaker that's coming in to talk to us. Ms. Sandra, you still have a comment or your hand from last time?
This was from the last time. Sorry, I'll take it
Okay,
out.
okay. Dr. Nichols, it's all yours. We want to share with you what the council has been doing in the community. So I think I made you host, so you could go ahead and share your screen. Dr. Nichols is our chairperson, the council chairperson of our anti-litter beautification code enforcement committee. And they have been hard at work, and we've been seeing results in this Pine Hills area. So there we go. And she's going to give a presentation and what's going on in the Pine Hills community and the work that the council has put forth in the community. It's all yours, Dr. Nichols.
You're on mute.
How about that? Is
Yeah.
that
Better. Yes.
All right. Yes, we've had a wonderful start to the 2022 year, and it has been very busy, and we've had quite a bit going on in our community. And we hear so much about what's going on, whether it's negative and or positive. And I like what the sheriff department is saying is that if you see something, say something. And that's the only way that change is going to happen. So we are in the process and have been in the process for many, many years. It's looking at the community at large and looking at where we can, I hope you all can see that presentation right now. Can you see my
Yes.
screen? Okay.
Yes.
And we've had an opportunity this past year to not only work with our local representatives, Commissioner Sipling, Commissioner Moore, et cetera, but we've also had the opportunity to work and talk to our state and local Senate representatives about Pine Hills and about what we're seeing and about what we are hoping to change. So when I said earlier that it takes many, many, many voices, one person can be the ignition, the light, if you will. However, it's going to take many of us to continue to make this change and to make those phone calls to 311 and be bothersome as much as you possibly can about what we're seeing and the changes. So we've been working really diligently as a community council to talk about our mission statement, what we represent in the community, and you can kind of see some of the changes. Hopefully you all are seeing some of the changes that are happening in our community as we begin to talk to our local and state representatives about our roadways, our major corridors, Pine Hills, Silver Star, Hiawassee, Colonial, Popka Vineland, et cetera, and about what the areas have become over time. And enough is enough. And we are basically working with them to try to get the word out and continue to work with our local officials about the littering ordinances. They're in place. And there is a littering ordinance that's out there. Littering is illegal. And people, one of the things that we're hoping to start doing is working on an education initiative, not just what we've initiated, and you'll see that in just a moment, but also at our local and state to get them involved and get the word out, get the media outlets out there to understand that littering is happening. We know that Orange County itself is by day, thousands and thousands of people are moving in from all over the country and the world, and they might not be aware. So we need to continue to get the word out to them about anti-littering. We see it all the times in our shopping centers, whether it be Publix or Save-A-Lot, et cetera. People are just throwing stuff out of the car like it's nothing. And there's a trash can right there at the entry of the door of the shopping center. So we have an anti-litter coloring book that the council initiated last year. So we're getting into our schools to start to try to communicate that. Miss Sandra Fapney and her, the group that she works with United Foundation, United of Central Florida, they've been working diligently to help get the word out as well. So we have been working diligently, and we want to continue for you all to help to get the word out as well about the anti-littering. And if you know of a daycare center or a school that needs for us to come in and help to communicate that, that is what we do as well as a council. And you kind of see some of the changes here. We were at Boys and Girls Club of Central Florida, and the community, we went in and shared with some students there, and we have Lucky Litter. You see here, Lucky Litter. And those are our two mascots that we utilize to help try to spread the word in our schools as well as that in our private centers. So these are just some activities. I'm not going to go through this whole PowerPoint because it's about 53 slides long, but I just want to highlight some major things that we are involved in our community, and hopefully you're beginning to see those changes. We are not done yet. There's a lot of work to happen with the area itself because it hasn't happened overnight. It's accumulated over time with the litter and folks not thinking about throwing trash out of their cars or just dropping litter at the bus stops. You see that all the time. So we're working not only with Links Public Transportation Authority, they're on our calls frequently, but we're working with our county leaders to try to help with this as well. And this is one of our activities. We had an Earth Day cleanup last year, and we did it again this year. And you'll see some of the different pictures here. I'm just going to go through this. This was a recent activity at Robbinswood Middle School, Archer's Service Day, where we had to clean up. So you'll see here that working with Miss Rose, she's on the line right now, and Rosemary, she's helped to head that up. You see her here, myself with Miss Sandra and Miss Patricia, and the Robbinswood principal as well as their staff. So we're in the community, we're working, we're trying to get kids involved. You'll see here, this is a part of the United leaders here that are part of Evans and the United Foundation of Central Florida, the Robbinswood students and staff, parents, etc. Everyone came out and they made it a successful activity. The kids had a scavenger hunt and they found some unique findings. Folks are just throwing out everything.
Yeah.
And it's a concern. So we gotta keep educating, we gotta keep focusing on anti-littering and just keep the word going that it is illegal. Our kids are getting it in the area. And we are working with the Code Enforcement Office. These are just some pictures. I want to get to some of the other folks' pictures here. Orange County Sheriff Department, big kudos to them if they're still online for the Evans Trojan Service Day, which was Saturday, April 23rd. We had a huge, the participation from the student body at Evans High School, as well as community, right, Patricia? Time in anytime, Patricia. There were so many individuals. The Sheriff Department was amazing. As we cleaned up along Silver Star Road and Pine Hills Road, they created a barricade of their cars to shield us from that traffic, if you know what that looks like on Silver Star Road and Pine Hills. And the groups just went out and we cleaned up along that area and around the school as well. So it was a fantastic morning with lots of community service. This is another piece that I wanted to share that I know that we got some information about you all, your concerns. So just know that there is, with the Pine Hills Community Council, we have set up a 311 code enforcement line just for us to be able to take your insight and your information and the addresses. I'm telling you, nothing happens without addresses. So if we can say Powers Drive, but give an address on Powers Drive, the Code Enforcement Office is working with us.
Yes.
They are addressing the issues. So you can see these are kind of before and after, and they're doing these within a timeline. So we are inspecting what we're expecting, right? Holding everyone accountable. And these are just some pieces that we put together to help clean up and beautify and revitalize our area. You can hear my passion because I live in Pine Hills too. And it's a beautiful location, and we have many realtors online. Our property values are just skyrocketing, and we want to keep it that way. We want to keep it growing. We want businesses to continue to lucrative businesses, not so much as so many. We have enough group homes in our area. We have enough smoke shops, liquor stores, etc. We want to start focusing on what's going to help us revitalize our community. And the council is doing that along with your help. But we need for you, if you're going to provide the information in chats or either to the council, please provide the addresses and the concerns so that that way we can send that in to code, and we are tracking this information.
Yes, yes.
So we're not just putting it out there, we are holding folks accountable. And because we are able to begin to start conversations with local, state, Senate representatives for our area, we're having these conversations. We are sharing these pictures that you're seeing with them. So we're not just talking, we provide support for the community, but we're also saying we need your help to come in and help us do this, because this is what we're seeing. We live in this daily. So you can truly see where these snipe signs are out and about. They're pulling up these snipe signs daily. I see them, and the next day they put them right back out. So that's a concern for us, is that we got to educate these advertisers, find them, and then find them, hold them accountable for what they're doing with these signs, because it's not a legal process that they're happening. You can kind of see here. So these are just pictures I just want to share, Patricia. I will not share the full 67 slides with you all, but you can kind of see that whenever we get these pictures and the addresses, they are going through and cleaning it up. But again, it's all about anti-littering and sharing with our kids, our family members. Littering is illegal, and yes, you can be fined. This is along Balboa, over near Popka Vineland Road area, going in that direction. Good Homes, I believe it is. There is a lot happening. This is Agape, and notice on Hiawassee and Silver Star, you now see a gated fence around Agape. It's because the council and Miss Rosalind Claudon, she's not online tonight. She is the co-chair for code enforcement. I'm the chair, but we work very closely together, and she's doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
Amazing job just going through and making sure that we get this cleaned up. And if you go by Hiawassee and Silver Star now, it looks totally different, because now they've actually fenced around it and they've cleaned up. So I'm going to stop there, Patricia, so that I don't take up the rest of the time. But we do have these slides to share, and if you'd like to see them and see the change, the transition, we have lots of work to do. We will continue to work for you. Please continue to send us the council, and at the end, we're going to talk about the website that you can actually send us emails to with addresses so that we can start working on those areas. Colonial Drive, Hiawassee, Silver Star. Start noticing that this, you see, this was about 2 months ago. They were not edging. Now they're edging. They're cutting, they're edging, and they're picking up the litter and not cutting it. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Patricia.
Thank you. Thank you. I hands up, and I want to get to the hands. It's Arthena still on the line. Arthena, can you unmute yourself? Because I want to get a shout out before we go to the questions. Artina, thank you. Give a shout out to, give a shout out to Orange County mayor, not mayor, but the county commissioners, and also a shout out to Representative Brown, Representative McCurdy, and Senator Bracey, and FDOT, Florida Department of Transportation. But they sat down and talked with the council as to about our concerns. We showed them the pictures. So they're able to put name and faces and residents' concerns that Pine Hills is concerned about their community like any other community. And thank you. Arthena, you want to chime in and say anything? Representative Brown office?
I'm sorry, I had a hard time unmuting myself, but thank you so
Okay.
much. We're glad you're doing well with the litter, and we have nothing to report at this time.
Okay. So, but it was good for us to talk with them. And from the conversation, we was able to understand how often does these contractors go out and take care of the area. It depends on the time of the year. Right now, they should be going out every 4 to 6 weeks, mowing the lawn and edging the grass every 4 to 6 weeks. During the fall time, they don't go out as often. We ask them questions such as, so who is going out to monitor to make sure that the contractors are doing their job? And so that was a big question that we asked FDOT and we asked county. Who's going behind these contractors to make sure that they're doing their job? Because apparently someone is not going behind them. And they was able to respond to let us know. We have the name of the people, the contractors that we need to communicate with. We also asked them, what's the grading criteria? When a contractor is not doing their job, what's the grading criteria that this contractor is evaluated on? So they gave us some answers, and we are seeing results in the Pine Hills Road, Powers Drive, Hawassi, Clare Corner, Silver Star, Colonial. Some said that it didn't take all, it should not have taken us to do this, but it did. And I'm grateful that we was able to get to this point. Sandra Fab, I'm gonna recognize your hand, and then Rosemary.
Thank you. Thank you
ma'am.
so much. Thank you so much. I you know, as being part of the council, I have to give a huge shout out to Dr. Nichols and you, our president, for such an undertaking. It shows before and after what's being done here in Pine Hills. And I'll tell you, for years, we've been out here thinking, what else can it take? What else can we do? And it just came in with just outstanding leadership to get us to where we are. So I just want to say thanks to everyone that's involved and engaged, our young people and everyone that's participated in. What an outcome. You just don't understand. When you're presenting, you don't see the before and after. But when we're looking at it, we definitely see it. And I have to say kudos to you, because in driving the neighborhood, I see it just as well. So thank you so much. I really wanted to say that.
Thank you, Sandra. Rosemary.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the moment for me to be able to share this information. On May 14th, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we will be giving a health fair, a free health fair to the community. We're having quite a few things happening. We will be having free health screening, dental, body, mass index, your BMI, your glucose blood sugar, blood pressure, HIV testing, mental health assessment, COVID vaccines will be available, including colon kits, spinal scan, and so much more. We also will be doing a food drive-through for families who are in need. We will be giving out free groceries. We're gonna have training for CPR, as well as working with a fire extinguisher, how to operate it. There's so many more things we're gonna be doing this day. It's gonna be a fun event. We're gonna have other things included for the whole entire family. We also intend to feed everybody who comes out. And I'm speaking about all the vendors, all the participants and their family. We're gonna be feeding them a nice meal. So come out for lunch. If you're interested to be a vendor, you could call me at 407-748-8493. We could sign you up for a vendor. You just need to have your own tent, your own table, your own chairs. Our theme for the health fair is mind, body, and soul. So we want to encompass everything that affects us in our daily lives. So if you have your own home business, maybe perhaps this would be a good way that you could come out and advertise and be able to bring more people into your door and make some money. So I am all about empowering and helping people in the community, whether it may be starting their own business or it may be just sharing the platform for their business. But this event, the main goal is a health fair, because there are so many things that we need to address when it comes to our health. And a lot of people do not have insurance. And these things that we're offering on May 14th are free. So please, if you could pass the word along, I will be posting it and sharing it if it's okay with the council. So if anybody else wants to see or hear about it, we hope to make this an annual event. We're very pumped and excited about it. So thank you again. My name is Rosemary Deal. I will be sponsoring this with Ms. Sharice Mitchell. She's the organizer of Butterfly Lifestyle. Thank you again.
Okay, can you put your name and information in the chat? And if you would have a flyer, yeah, put in the chat. If you have a flyer, you can share that flyer with the council, and we will share that also. So thank you very much. Put your information in the chat, please.
Thank you.
Dr. Nichols, do you have that information ready to share? Because it's very important, back to the 311. What the council has done is set up a 311 call information. Because now when you call 311 or go to code enforcement, they ask your information. And you may be a little reluctant about giving your name and address, you know, and I understand that. So what the council has done, we have set up an account with 311. So when I submit these pictures now to 311, it goes up under Pine Hills Community Council. It has the Pine Hills Community Council address. It has the Pine Hills Community Council email address. So when 311 respond, they respond back to the council to the email address. And we track all this information, just like Dr. Nichols said. When we track it and we get a notification from 311 says that we received your information, we have assigned this case to an inspector.
Yeah.
Once the work has been completed, we receive another email says the work has been completed. At that point, I send an email to Dr. Nichols to let her know that their work has been completed. We're tracking this and we're going back to make sure that their work has been completed.
Right.
So, but we're also noticing too that we are getting quicker results when we do this on the Pine Hills Community Council 311. So Dr. Nichols, you can share that, how they do that process. You have a slide ready?
I will share it in the chat box, what to put into the different
Okay.
fields for that. And I also wanted to share with the listening audience and the folks that are on with us tonight is that we are working on a town hall meeting with Senator Brady and Representative Bracy and Representative McCurdy. And we're waiting on we're trying to put together a time that's going to work for both of them to call everyone together to talk about Pine Hills, beautification, revitalization, what do we need, crime, et cetera, safety, traffic, all of those different topics. So just stay tuned. We have everyone's information here. I'm going to take a snapshot so I know who's on tonight's meeting and then some, so that we can share out. And we want you to bring your friends. Everyone's voice makes a difference. So the more that they hear and see and know, the better about what we can do to help change as Ken's not here tonight, change the narrative. And I've heard Bertina say this as well, change the narrative about Pine Hills. Very critical, very important. So I'll share in the chat box, Patricia, so that they can see that, so you can move on. Thank you.
What this meeting is an open discussion meeting for the communities that's here. So if you have any concerns, this is your time to say what your concern is and see if we can be able to assist you. Because the whole idea for the council is to be that advocate for the Pine Hills community. And we also provide a wealth of educational resources. And we also want to stand with you as a community. So if you have any concerns that you want to address, see if we can tackle this with you. Okay. If not, then we'll move on to the next item of the agenda. Education. Sandra, do you want to present anything from the Education Committee?
Well, I'll be very honest with you. We are working on the Thule Phillips scholarship, yes. And that we encourage anyone attending Valencia College upcoming. I think I can drop the link, Patricia, in this chat.
Yes.
To let them know to apply for it. Is open to anyone that wants to apply that's heading off to Valencia College. I think that's it for the Education Committee.
And lives in the Pine Hills area.
And lives in the Pine Hills area. Thank you,
Yes.
Van. That's extremely, extremely important.
Mhm.
We've been doing it for years.
You can go to our website. It is info@pinehills.com. Did I do that right? Info@pinehills.com. Or go to Pine Hills Community Council website and go to our committee tab, and under the committee tab, it would show the education committee, and there's information about the scholarship there. So thank you very much. I'm gonna put in a plug now for anyone that is not a member of the council. Please join the Pine Hills Community Council. It's very affordable. I think for a student, it's $5 a year, but senior is $15 a year. If you're not a senior, it's only $20 a year. If you're an agency, it's $50 a year. Your organization is $100 a year. And we're able to bring you information. We advocate on behalf of the resident and the Pine Hills community. So become a member of the council. Ms. Landry, I see you here with the Orange County Tax Collector. Is there anything that you want to share? Orange County Tax Collector has been a partner with the council for several years now. Thank you for that partnership with Scott Randolph in the Orange County Tax Collector. Is there anything from his office?
No, Patricia, of course, it is tax time. So for property taxes. So if you are paying those property taxes separately, please do not, don't forget that they're due. And so we're really busy right now with that. And also too, there supposedly is another round of funding coming for business owners. So if you do not have your business tax receipt, you will not be eligible for that funding. So if you don't know what a business tax receipt is, definitely reach out to me and we can talk about that, because if you are a business owner in Orange County, you should have a business tax receipt, and that includes realtors. I'm finding out that a lot of realtors, because they work from home, or a lot of home-based businesses, don't believe that they need this. So if you need more information, I will put my information in chat. Thanks.
Is Ms. Rose Nancy on the line? Thanks, Landra. Is Ms. Rose Nancy on the line from Commissioner Siplin's office? No, okay. I don't see her, but since you mentioned about something, Landra, I thought about this. I received the email today to let everyone know that the Orange County Rental System program is still open. They still have money to assist the residents who was affected with the affected due to COVID. So the rental assistance program is still open. It's income-based. They would pay up to $30,000 of back rent, a maximum of $30,000. If you do not use up all that $30,000 for the back rent, a part of that money could go forward to 3 months ahead. They also, it's on our website. No, it's not. It's on our Facebook page. I posted today. They also assist you with the late, if you with your utility bill and one other bill, they would assist also. So go to the Orange County, Florida website, Orange County government website, and click on to rental assistance and see if you know anyone that can benefit from these COVID dollars for the rental assistance program of Orange County government. So I don't have any other input unless someone else have something else. Oh, coming up, we are getting ready. We're on a month away from election, which is August. So the Pine Hills Community Council, again, will be hosting the People's Hobnob. That's July the 14th. We are excited. The plans are moving. Candidates are signing up. It's the People Hobnob, will be July the 14th at the Central Florida Fairground from 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock. You get an opportunity to meet and greet candidates. You get an opportunity to vote. Bill Cows and supervisor of election will be bringing their voting machines there. So we'll do a straw poll of see how, did a lot of temperature on how the voters will be voting in August. And also it's a small fee of $15. The tickets are $15. With that $15 admission, you also have a light refreshments, an opportunity to network and meet other candidates and see some of your friends there. That's July the 14th at the Central Florida Fairground. When we hosted this in 2018, we drew almost 450 people came in. We had 40 candidates to register, with 450 people purchase tickets to come in to this Pine Hills Hobnob. You don't want to miss it. You want to be in the mix. If you're a vendor and want to be a partner and have a vendor table, there's limited space for vendors opportunity. The vendors opportunity is only $100. And I just looked at that today. They'll get you 100 tickets, well, not 100 tickets, 10 tickets, a table, and a chair for $100 for your vendor opportunity to be at the Hobnob and get your business in front of 400 plus people. So that's it for my announcements. Anybody else? Or because I don't want to just hold on time for the sake of holding on time. I appreciate
Okay.
y'all being here. Yes,
If
Sandra.
I may, sorry about that. For the MLK initiative,
Thank you.
yes, you're welcome. We're celebrating this month. The first event is Orange County's 10th annual Asian Pacific American Heritage Month celebration. That will be held on Tuesday, May 10th, 2022 from 7:30 a.m. for my early risers to 9 a.m. And that will be held at the Orange County Administration Building, 201 South Roslyn Avenue. So that's once again celebrating the 10th annual Orange County Asian Pacific American Heritage Month celebration, Tuesday, May 10th, 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. And in continuing with Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, come on out on Sunday, May 22nd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Ocoee Lake Shore Center and Bill Breeze Park, which is located in Ocoee. It's the Asian Cultural Festival. It's going to be a blast. Sponsors and vendor opportunities available. Yes, it's going to be absolutely outstanding. And I will share the flyers with
good.
council. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
And Patricia, I had one announcement. That's great information. Sandra, can you please put that in the chat box as well?
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. I'm going to try to capture it before we go offline. I did want to share also, mark your calendars because it's coming very quickly. The Pine Hills Parade, it's going to be this year bigger and better. Last year, it was amazing. We had many, many sponsors and volunteers and schools, community members. It was so diverse. And that is happening this year on Saturday, December 10th. And it's going to be from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. And we will be sending out more information, but just mark your calendars and know that that's going to be an amazing opportunity for all the businesses, the sponsors, all the realtors that's online to get out and really share what services and supports are available for our community. We had lots of folks last year and we're anticipating tripling that this year. So it's going to be amazing. December 10th. It's a Saturday from 2 to 5 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, good people. We're at 7:43. I think we had a good, productive meeting. If all minds are clear, any more announcements before we end this meeting? We meet the first Tuesday of each month. 6 o'clock is network time. The meeting officially kicks off at 6:30. So it's the first Tuesday of each month. So if we don't have anything else, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting? And I'll see you all on May 19th at the fan giveaway. And you should be seeing a flyer coming up pretty soon. No, I see you all on May the 10th at the Board of County Commission meeting at 2 o'clock. May the 10th, the Board of County Commission meeting at 2 o'clock. So anybody else want to say anything before we end the meeting? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Do we need a motion to adjourn? Yes.
Yes, so moved, so moved.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Van.
Second it.
Thank you, Dr. Nichols. Thank you, everyone, for this time. Y'all have a good, hey, happy Mother's Day. In case I don't see you all again, happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your Mother's Day weekend. God bless you. Good night and bye-bye.
Good night. Same to you.